How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? So, I'm a little late on this. Uh, I was supposed to do this 4 days after I beat the game, but unfortunately, my 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 old phone it died before that fourth day happened. 4 days, I beat Echoes of Wisdom. Um, I would have showed some cuts, some gameplay, but my Switch has a different email account and a different YouTube, so I can't do that. I'm gonna have to. The only way this is gonna happen is I'm gonna have to make a new email account if I want to start sharing stuff. But that's gonna be a long time from now because I have to lose everything if I do, and that sucks. Anyway, I'll talk about that sometime later in the future. Anyway, back to Echoes of Wisdom, right? Okay, so how do I say this? Okay, Echoes of Wisdom. Um, um, this is a game that kind of goes sort of back to basics of what a lot of fans wanted because Tears of the Kingdom, well, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, which I did play on releases when they came out. Breath of the Wild, I beat 7 days. No, actually, was it 7? It was 7 days. I beat 7 days after it came out, uh, and then I beat it, played it, beat it. I liked it for the most part, but I was kind of disappointed by the lack of the story. Yes, and I know you're all going to say Zelda's not made for story. I kind of disagree on that. Yes, it's made second, but Zelda has had some pretty decent stories, especially in the past. It has. All right, Skyward Sword, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Majora's Mask, A Link Between Worlds, Phantom Hourglass, Link's Awakening, Oracle of Ages, both of them, the Oracle games. Yeah, Zelda has had pretty good stories. All right, they're pretty good and decent. So don't ever effing say they never did. I don't want to hear that. Anyway, getting back to the point. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Yes, I had them. I originally had them physically. I broke them because I was pissed. I was pissed. I was pissed how everybody was just accepting those. I mean, it is what it is, but I was mad at Nintendo. I was more so mad at Nintendo because just like they wanted to just think that was the future of Zelda when that's not what made the series. I'm sorry, it's not. It's not. Clearly, the old games were doing something. They were doing something right because if they weren't, the series wouldn't have stayed that way for a long time. So I'm not going to get too much into that, but I'm going to say now Echoes of Wisdom. Okay, Echoes of Wisdom. The game, for the most part, I liked. Now, I do realize there's a lot of cats in this game. Okay, I know why that is. Okay, I remember there was many people who were thinking, why is that? Why is that? Are you going to be that dense? No offense to anybody, but this was made by a female. This was directed by I think it was directed by a female. So that explains that. And the smoothies too. You notice that we never had smoothies in Zelda before. Now all of a sudden we do. Anyway, that's not a smack on her or anything, but I'm just calling. Don't get mad at me. I'm calling out biological differences when it comes to this and what women more want in the games when they make them. I'm just saying that's what we got. That's what we got. Anyway, I'm not gonna bash on her because I think she made a very, very, very good game. So, you know, I just wish she would kind of laid off the cats. Too many cats in the game. I'm a more of a dog person, but So anyway, getting to the point here. So I noticed something. Ganon seemed pretty straight from first to get the gameplay. The gameplay was great. It's phenomenal. I like that you can the way the puzzles worked. There were some very very interesting puzzles, and there were some interesting heart pieces that I got that you had to really think about the puzzle. You know that one that's in the Farron Woods, or is it Farron Woods with the Deco Sprouts? There was one puzzle in the dungeon where you're captured and you have to walk around there. That fucking heart piece. I think it took me about 50 minutes to figure out that puzzle. And I did it with my own creative way to get to that heart piece. I still have the video on my YouTube. You know what? You know what? I will share that video. I'm gonna record it. I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it because I can record it on the phone while now that I think about it, I can actually record my videos on the phone instead of putting it through the switch to YouTube. I can just do it through here. I can record my video from the switch. I'm gonna do that anyway. I'll upload that to the phone to show you guys that. That was a very interesting way to do that puzzle, and I'm just like, wow! I can't believe I actually accomplished that. It was to get that one heart piece that was on these tall statues. I cannot believe it. And I'm telling myself, I don't think this is the way you were supposed to get this heart piece. anyway, anyway, getting to the point now. I cleared all that. I like that there's dungeons. Dungeons are back. The maps are back. That was awesome. That was awesome because that is Legend Echoes of Wisdom is what Tears of the Kingdom should have been, but more open. What Tears of the Kingdom was, but with Echoes of Wisdom's gameplay. That's and dungeons and shit. That's what it should have been. Maybe if they did that, I don't think I would have complained as much. I really don't think I would have about that game. So, anyway, now for the story. Now for the story. The lore. This game, okay, this game, let's just say, this smaller of all of the complete 3D Zelda games, who would have thought a game like this would throw the biggest plot lore bomb in the entire series in our faces. Spoiler alert. Go away if you don't want to know. Alright? I'm gonna give you 10 seconds. Okay? Click off this video if you don't want to know. I'm giving you 10 seconds to leave. 10 seconds if you don't want to be spoiled. Okay? 10 seconds. Alright, spoilers. This game threw the biggest plot bomb of the entire Zelda timeline. It threw the biggest plot bomb in our faces. And you know what that is? I didn't think the most smallest game of the franchise would do this, and it did. It turns out, Demise isn't the original Primordial. He's not the original primordial evil of the series. No. It turns out that this darkness thing that was created in the very beginning is sealed away by the goddesses, is the reason the entire Zelda story even happened to begin with. This entity, this evil entity that wants the primary power, which is the Triforce, right, is the reason everything, even Demise, is the reason that even the Demon King Demise even happened. Null is the reason everything in the Zelda story happened to begin with. That's right. My mouth, my jaw, when I saw one of the goddesses bring up this, I think it depends on what goddess you go to, Nehru, Faria, or Din. It was Faria, which I honestly, I think I find the most poetic to have given me, this lore bomb when you actually think about it. She created the whole land, and so I'm just like, yeah, that's poetic. That's poetic. She made all the life in green and land and shit. Or was it? It was the greenery. I'm sorry, I forgot. Din was the one who created the land. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Um, so, yeah. Uh, I find it poetic. She told me this lore bomb. My jaw dropped to the fucking ground. Excuse my language, but I was like, wait, what? So you know what? I started thinking about the timeline now. Um, so Deathel. I'm starting to think now. Deathel, the nightmare from Link's Awakening, Majara's Majara from Majara's Mask, and Balam from Phantom Hourglass. I'm starting to think they're not from Demise. I'm starting to think they fit more with Null. Whatever the hell Null did, they fit more with Null because they're like entities from like a different dimension, right? And Null seems to really, really fit with that. It's pretty interesting now when you think about Null and those three villains. I'm not even joking. So anyway, so yeah, that's all I want to say, and I wonder how this is going to transpire now with this new villain, with this new first primary evil. I wonder what this is going to do to the timeline now, especially going forward. What is this going to do now? Because Nintendo can't just bring up something like this and not have no big relevance to the timeline and what it could end up impacting later on in the future. I'm just saying. So, sorry, Demise, you're not the first one anymore, bro. You're not the first one now. You're not the first one. What else do I say? So I wonder what they're going to do with Zelda going forward. If our world in real life doesn't end by World War III coming out, I wonder what Nintendo's going to do with the next game. Where are they going to put it? With the full 3D game, what is it going to do? With this and that. There's so many ways they can go with this. So yeah, that's it for now. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. So I guess see you all in the next one. All right, peace out.